Hello, welcome everyone to another edition of Coach's Corner, this time women's volleyball edition. Zach Bai sitting down with head volleyball coach MJ Engstrom. And Coach, this is the first time we've got to talk to you on Coach's Corner. Give us some of your takeaways from the season so far.
Well, we're a young team, and we need to learn how to learn. You know, there's this little back and forth games within the game that we need to get better at. But I'm very pleased with our progress. We're way ahead of where we were last year, and we've got a very talented group, but again, they're a little naive about the game. So that's the thing that we're concentrating on most right now.
And I see you have some young players in the mix. Talk about that maturation process. Do you see some growth there?
Oh, absolutely. When you play against a pretty tough schedule, which we did last year with the sophomore group, you can't help but learn. It was probably a little tough for them, and they lacked a little bit of confidence going into the conference. But I toned that back a little bit this year, and hopefully we can gain some more confidence through that. They've been learning a lot this season, and I'm very pleased with our progress.
You guys did play or do play a very competitive non-conference schedule. You do that by design to build yourself up going into the conference play?
Yeah, we do, and that's also part of the RPI. The RPI has a kind of a crazy formula, and just because of the way that our conference is, a lot of our conference teams don't have a very high RPI, and it goes by the record of your opponents is 50%. Your record is 25. The record of your opponents is 50%, and then the record of your opponents' is 25%. So it bodes well to your RPI to play very tough competition outside of the conference, which you can't control.
Right. I want to ask you about one of your players, Victoria Strollo, who not long ago got her 1,000th dig. You've seen her, in other words, sort of grow up. Talk about what she means to you and your club.
Well, Vic is a great kid. She came over from Ukraine, and she actually started medical school there. So she was going to school for 2 years, decided that she wanted to come back to the U.S. She had been on an exchange in high school. Okay. And so she has 3 years of eligibility. And, so in basically a little bit over 2 years, she's gotten 1,000 digs. So that's incredible. The other thing that we just found out about is she's one of 30 kids for the Division I volleyball who's been nominated for the Senior Class Award for the NCAA. And she's a great kid. As I said, she started medical school, so her GPA is phenomenal, hard worker, loves volleyball, very intense on the court. So she's one of our leaders, and we've really enjoyed having her.
All right, let's take a look ahead to the weekend. You guys have another, legitimate road trip, this time going to northern Arizona. Talk about your opponents and your preparation.
Well, we start off playing UC Riverside, and UC Riverside has a new coach. This is Michelle's second year there. She played at Washington when Washington got to the Sweet 16 way back. And actually, I was at Washington right after she left, so we know each other a little bit, and I think she's going to do a great job at Riverside. They've started out a little bit tough like we have, but we anticipate a very good match there. Grand Canyon is just newly Division I. However, they've been doing great. They just upset Montana State, and so we again anticipate a very good match there. And then we play the home team on Saturday, Northern Arizona. And when you're playing in Flagstaff at 7,000 feet or 7,200 feet, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know how we're going to react physically. So that's a little bit of an opponent as well. So, but the reason why we're going out there, besides the competition, is we're going to go do Bright Angel Trail on Sunday, and that's just a mental thing. I think that we did it in the past. My assistant Brooke Stanley was part of that group that did it, and as much as they hated doing it, it really does prepare you mentally for things. It's just one foot after the other. Yeah, you have this big goal, but it's breaking it down into one step, and I think that's a lesson that this group is going to benefit from.
All right, Coach, thanks for talking with us, and best of luck this coming weekend.
Great. Thank you very much, Zach.
All right, that'll do it for this week's edition of Coach's Corner. Hopefully you'll join us next week as we recap this past weekend's opponents and sit down with Coach MJ Engstrom or a member of her staff. For Zach By, Coach, we hope to see you next time.